Let's listen to them go back and forth on Wall Street reform. What's happening here is you're seeing Hillary Clinton, and this is an audience in South Carolina. This debate was sponsored by the Congressional Black Caucus Institute. They were co-sponsored this debate. And she's trying to sort of use, really hug President Obama as tightly as possible to amplify the policy differences here. So let's listen to this exchange on Wall Street banks, and then we'll get into Hillary a bit more.
About the banks and what Secretary Clinton would do.
The first difference is I don't take money from big banks. I don't get personal speaking fees from Goldman Sachs. What I would do is understand that when you have 3 out of the 4 largest banks today bigger than they were when we bailed them out because they were too big to fail, when you have the 6 largest financial institutions having assets of 60% of the GDP of America, it is very clear to me what you have to do. You got to bring back a 21st century Glass-Steagall legislation, and you got to break up these huge financial institutions. They have too much economic power, and they have too much financial power over our entire economy. If Teddy Roosevelt were alive today, the old Republican trust buster, what he would say is, these guys are too powerful, break them up. I believe that's what the American people want to see. That's my view.
Secretary Clinton, help the voter understand the daylight between the two of you here.
Well, there's no daylight on the basic premise that there should be no bank too big to fail and no individual too powerful to jail. We agree on that. But where we disagree is the comments that Senator Sanders has made that don't just affect me, I can take that, but he's criticized President Obama for taking donations from Wall Street.
You can just imagine Obama being there like, yeah, that's right, I can't take it. Hillary can, but I'm soft. All right, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And President Obama has led our country out of the Great Recession. Senator Sanders called him weak, disappointing. He even in 2011 publicly sought someone to run in a primary against President Obama. Now, I personally believe that President Obama's work to push through the Dodd-Frank bill.
I'm sorry, pause it one more time. To those who are just listening, Bernie Sanders gave a pretty epic eye roll, like he had just I don't know, taken a sour tasting health supplement or something. All right, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
To sign it was one of the most important regulatory schemes we've had since the 1930s. So I'm going to defend Dodd-Frank, and I'm going to defend President Obama for taking on Wall Street, taking on the financial industry, and getting results.
Senator Sanders, a response.
Set the record right. In 2006, when I ran for the Senate, Senator Barack Obama was kind enough to campaign for me. 2008, I did my best to see that he was elected, and in 2012, I worked as hard as I could to see that he was reelected. He and I are friends. We've worked together on many issues. We have some differences of opinion. But here is the issue. Secretary touched on it. Can you really reform Wall Street when they are spending millions and millions of dollars on campaign contributions, and when they are providing speaker fees to individuals? So it's easy to say, well, I'm going to do this and do that. But I have doubts when people receive huge amounts of money from Wall Street.
So a lot's happening there, obviously. I guess first, do you think that that's sort of the play that she can make sort of independently, even of these arguments about pragmatism or electability, to just say that regardless of what President Obama's record has been, which I think is quite objectively a very centrist record, people are very fond of him personally in the Democratic Party. They're inspired by his leadership. And is that the sort of best path for her in terms of just, I'm the continuation in the sense that people want it, which is maybe more on a personality level than a policy level?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot to say about this.
Yeah, please.
I would say one, I think you're exactly right? That like she's definitely trying to sort of like show like, oh, my policies or my candidacy and my presidency would be a kind of continuation of the Obama era. But I also think, I think that what she's doing is I think she's doing it for a reason that I totally understand. I think that, listen, I'm a black woman. My parents are also black Democrats.
Right.
My parents don't know much about politics, but the love they have for Barack Obama would freak you out. They have a cardboard cutout of him in their living room, right? Like,
I sleep next to a cardboard cutout of Barack Obama, so I don't know what you all are talking about. No, I'm just kidding. Yes.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. I think that
that is not true. I do need to actually clarify.
true.
I do need to clarify that. Yeah. Yes.
I think that black voters especially really, really love Barack Obama. And I think that, it's not going to, I think that both Sanders and Clinton know that trashing Obama is not going to be a savvy campaign move for either of them. I think that, certainly I totally agree that his record's been very centrist. And I think that when it comes to Wall Street and reining in Wall Street, I think that anyone who's paying attention could make an argument that, like, no, he has not gone far enough and he's not done enough to, protect the average everyday citizen over kind of a Wall Street banker. I think that that's a totally legit argument to make. But I also think that, I don't know that I get why she's doing this, but I don't know that it's going to serve her well from a campaign strategy standpoint. I think that, she's sort of taking this role of like defending President Obama's legacy and his policy decisions and what he's done, which I think plays very well. But I think when you break down kind of like that as a strategy, I have a lot of questions about